So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind. So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
Hello. Hello. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to today's stream. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be. Welcome to another Explain 12 stream today. So that is 2 in a row. I wanted to check out the Lineage 1000 jet. Which is basically a private jet for billionaires from my understanding. That is also an X-Crafts creation here in Explain 12. Given that we flew the Embraer E190 yesterday from Miami to South Bimini in the Bahamas, I thought we could take this lovely little aircraft back to Miami. So we're still in, where are we? Oh, wait, hold on. I'm at the wrong airport. I'm pretty sure I'm at the wrong airport. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, we're not at Bimini. Sorry. Today we are at Nassau. So we're going to go from Nassau to Miami, not Bimini. Let me correct that quickly. On my sim brief here. I just need to change that really quickly. Let me just do that. But yeah, we are in Nassau and we're going to fly from Nassau back to Miami, not Bimini. So yesterday I flew from Miami to Bimini. Today we're just taking a flight from Nassau to Miami, I believe, right? Or should we just do Bimini? Yeah, no, let me just do Bimini. I just need to, I'm in the wrong airport, so I'm just going to change that here. We'll just take it back to Miami. I forget the code for Bimini. What is it called again? MYBS? Is that something that's available to us? For some reason it isn't. For some reason that... Oh, it won't let us spawn in that airport. Well, I guess we're flying from... We'll just fly from the airport we're at. So that's Nassau. Okay. No issues. Let me just quickly change that in my sim brief here. Nassau, from my understanding, is MYNN. Yeah, it's MYNN. That's Nassau. So we're going to go from Nassau on to Miami. Not a big deal. That does increase our flying time to about 1 hour, which isn't too bad at all. So no issues. Don't panic. Everything is all right. Okay. Just gonna wait for that sim brief. There we go. I've generated my plan there. Obviously, I'll show you guys everything in just a bit. Very lovely clouds here in Nassau. Okay, I'm just going to... come on. Open the flight plan once again. There we go. That's much better. That is much better. All right, fantastic. All right, let's get started here. Sorry about that little delay. I had the wrong flight plan loaded in. I actually thought I was at Bimini and we're going to fly to Miami, but it turns out I'm actually at Nassau at the moment. So that is where we're going to be flying out of. And we'll head back into Miami from here. So this is Nassau in the Bahamas, which is the main airport in the island of Bahamas. And we have a little bit of pixelation there. That's because it's the first time I'm ever loading into this airport. It's not a big deal. If I reload back into it, those pixels will be gone. But I'm not going to do that just for the sake of that. Right, we're all right. Okay. Look at that. Obviously, the scenery for Bahamas in the islands here in Explain 12 isn't going to look as good because everything has that generic green appearance. But nonetheless, it definitely looks better. Definitely looks better than one would expect, I guess. So yeah, we've got lovely textures at the airport. The airport doesn't look bad at all. This is the default airport. I have not added any other additions to it. So we are looking absolutely fantastic. So yeah. All right, great. So first things first, let's take a lovely look at this beautiful, beautiful jet by X-Crafts. Now it does obviously look very similar to the rest of the Embraer E170, 190 series, but the Lineage 1000 is significantly, well, not significantly, but you could say that it is much longer than the other E-jets, and it is designed as a private jet or a corporate jet on the lease, and it's very, very luxurious on the inside. It looks fantastic to me. It's one of my very favorite corporate jets. So yeah, very beautiful looking aircraft, modeled really, really well, both inside and out. So let's go ahead and take a look at the interiors of this beautiful thing. Before we do, you know what, let's just hop in first. Look at that. Look at the modeling on the inside. It is absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love it. It's really cool. If we go into the interior, as you can see, this is some premium stuff right here. Got very, very lovely interiors. Got some entertainment here, very large TV, a couch. I think if I ever had a private jet, this is exactly what I would want. One day, hopefully, but this is exactly what I would want it to look like. The window shades are actually operable. Check that out. Okay, the cabin is largely very interactive, so you can interact with it a lot, and it's all really good quality. Animations are fantastic. So yeah, they're really, really good. You can move the, see, you can move this stuff around. Wait, hold on. There we go. You can move this stuff around. So it's a really, really cool jet. Textures are fantastic. Look at it. It's so good. So good. It's beautiful. Anyway, without further delay, I'm gonna jump back into our cockpit here. As you can see, the cockpit is identical to the E170 and 190 and all of that stuff. It's identical. All right, that being said, let's go ahead and energize our aircraft. First thing first, let's come here. Let me connect the GPU. Gonna open that up. Gonna have the air stairs come out of here as well. Come on. There we go. Air stairs are coming out. And I'm pretty sure we can also operate the air stairs from the inside. We can also operate them from the outside too. I did not know that. This jet is so cool, man. There's our air. Look at that. I can operate this from the outside too. That is crazy. I did not know that. I did not know that. I'm a huge fan of the X-Craft series of jets now. Look at. I did not know that. Beautiful. This is so cool. This is so cool. Can you operate this? I don't think so. But this is so cool. Can I bring out the air stairs from the inside? Let's try this. Let's actually go inside here. I'm so fascinated by this. Look at the surface on this thing. It's cool, huh? Very cool. Okay. Okay, I'm sure the air stairs are right here. Look at that. And out they come. Beautiful stuff. Anyway. We'll get that out, and while that is happening, we come back in here and we'll get the aircraft started up. So batteries on first of all. Gonna switch to GPU. Gonna have no smoking, fasten seatbelts on, emergency lights armed. Let's do all of that first. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on as well. Anything else that I need to do? A bunch of tests. I don't really need to do them, but you know, just for the sake of pressing a bunch of buttons, I did that. Nav lights are on. Let's come here and do that. Nav lights are on, everything else is pretty much off, and dome lights, we can leave them on for the time being, that's fine. It's fantastic. Okay, let's come to the tablet here. Weight and balance. Let us request the data from SimBrief. View the load sheet here. Everything is in pounds, that's fine. Just making sure the settings are in pounds. Okay, load the plane. Okay. Takeoff performance. Takeoff weight is given as 7990 984. Okay, that seems about right to me. Wind today is, I'll say it's about 76. Temperature today is about 30 degrees here in the Bahamas. I'm using rough estimates because for some reason, hold on, I can get actual weather. Let me change the nav bar on the top of the stream from South Bimini to Nassau. Yeah, we don't have any weather for the Bahamas for some reason. I'm not getting the weather information. So yeah, this is just roughly what it's at the moment. So I'm just gonna put that in. Just a quick Google search of the weather. Takeoff weight, I'm gonna leave it there. Takeoff 1, flaps 1, that's all fine. We're gonna compute that. Brilliant. Okay, great. Oh, did I just open the window? Yeah, I did. Come on. Let's go back down here. Let's go to our route. Destination is Miami, which is KMIA. Put that in. We're going to activate that. That's fine. Flight ID as usual. I'm just going to use FDNX. This is a private jet. All right, that's fine. Wait, hold on. Whoa. Hold on a second. Flight plan request. Let's see if I can send a request. I don't think I can download it from SimBrief, can I? Nope, it's not letting me do that. It is not letting me do that. No problem. Departure. So for departure today, we are using a runway 14 out of Nassau. And we're using Freddy 2 departure there, as well as for transitioning. What are we using? Nico. We're using Nico, so we are using a transition today. That's fine. We're going to apply that. After that, we're going to go directly to the arrival procedure. Okay, let me just activate that first. And then let me go to arrival, runway. We're going to land into runway 09 at Miami. We're going to use the ILS for that. And approach transition. Are we using an approach transition today? I don't think we're using an approach transition today. No transition. That's it for arrival. Apply that. Okay. Activate that. I'm going to clear this. Oh, sorry. Delete. Clear that. Delete this. There we go. Activate that. To Nico and then ILS to whatever needs to be done. That seems about right. That seems about right. Arrival here. Our arrival procedure is Vice 2. We need to put that in. There we go. Any transitions? No, sir. I don't see any. I don't see any. Let me see. Any transitions? Okay. Okay, there is one. We'll use platoon. We'll apply that. And we'll activate that. We'll delete that, activate that. And that should get us everything we need. Okay? Great. Let's go to performance. Alternate fuel. What is that going to be? Alternate fuel. It is going to be 2192. 2192. That's fine. Next page. Cruising altitude today, I'm going to use 8,000 feet. Okay, because that's all we have room for. Zero fuel weight today is estimated at 73,373. So I'm going to put that in. Okay, gross weight at 81. Takeoff weight at 80. Okay, fine. Center of gravity. We've got center of gravity right here. The weight and balance. Takeoff center of gravity is 16.6. We can use that. Right? Yeah, we can use that. It says 72,137. You know what? I'm going to use that instead. 72,137. 72,137. And takeoff gross weight, I'm going to use 16.6. Takeoff center of gravity, sorry, 16.6. That is fine. There we go. We got all of that. Next, we're going to continue here. See if anyone's in the chat. Nobody's in the chat. Okay. Derating of thrust. It says takeoff 2 here. It's takeoff 1 here. So I'm going to use takeoff 1. Okay. Temperature. I'm going to use 30 degrees. Flex temperature. Should I turn it on? Should I do it? Yeah, you know what? Let's use it. Let's use it. Let us use it. Let me calculate some flex stuff right here. Okay, assume temperature of 45. I'll use a 45 degrees flex temperature right here. Gonna enter all of that. That's fine. If you come to the FMC here, it says, yeah, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. FMS takeoff. Let's see. Wind again. I'm gonna say 76. Runway slope. That is fine. That is fine. All of that looks fine. Flaps 2. Is that what it says up here? We're using flaps 1 today for takeoff, so I'm just gonna say flaps 1. What? Or flap 1. Return. There we go. That's much better. Brilliant. Takeoff data now, flaps 1 and all of that. Takeoff pitch 11 up, pitch trim 1.5 up. Okay. Pitch trim of 1.5 up. That's fine, I'll set that up. Okay, let's do the V1 stuff here. V1 is 116, which is quite low today. Goodness me. There we go. 125 for rotation, 132 for V2, climb out speed and VFS at 179. Yeah, it's fine. 1.5 up, okay. That is fine, that is fine. Whoa, cruise, yeah, that's fine. Descent transition doesn't really matter. Arrival, that is fine. Landing speeds, we can just do this. We can do this while we're in the air. The landing part. But yeah, what is supposed to be the landing weight here? It's supposed to be about 78,153. Okay, flaps F5, that's fine, all operational, no icing. The estimated wind while landing is 28. I'm just gonna put this in now. Why not? If anything changes, we can recalculate it, obviously. So it's not a big deal. Temperature estimated at 28 degrees Celsius. That's fine. We can change it later. 29.98 at the moment. Oh, we've got weather here as well. That stuff is highly inaccurate. Our initial weather is inaccurate. That's fine. That's fine. We'll have a wonky takeoff, but that's fine. Okay, we'll leave it like this. We'll put this in and then we'll see if there's any change as we come into land here. Okay, 123 at the moment. I'm doing this because the route is very short. That is the reason I'm doing this at the moment. 118 and 177. Great. Okay. Perfect. There we go. We've got all of that done. And do we have any... Oh, there's a discontinuity. Can I delete this discontinuity? Wait, clear that, clear that. So there's vectors up there as well. I'm just gonna take it and put it there. Okay, so from Blitz we're going directly to Grit before Ines. Okay, I think we'll be all right. I think we will be all right. If not, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Not a big deal. Okay, perfect. We're done with that. I'm gonna close that up. Let me show you guys today's route quickly. As we fly along here. Okay, open up little nav map there. There we go. That is today's route from Nassau here. We're gonna fly over to Miami right here. Let me just get rid of the other airports so we got a better vision right there. That's much better. There we go. That is today's flight plan, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and we're gonna land here using the ILS, obviously. Let me just insert that as well in here. ILS, insert that, and we've got perfect. Okay, we are looking good. That's our ILS approach right there. Brilliant. Okay, that being said, let's go ahead and start up our aircraft so we can get on out of here. Okay, we should have switched to this a long time ago. I don't know why I forgot to switch here. APU starting up, hopefully. Not yet. Let me just go here. Gonna leave it there for a second and then let me try. That should get it started. Yep, there we go. APU starting up. Flaps are down for some reason. Well, they're not down, but there we go. APU is up and running. Half an hour into the stream, I better wrap this up to get ourselves started up, hey? Okay. I'm gonna give it a second for all the screens to boot up here. There we go. I did all of this without actually booting up the screens. I forgot to switch to ground power. Would you imagine that? So there we go. That sucks. But there is no other INS system to align or none of that. So hopefully it worked. Let's find out. Otherwise I'm going to have to restart here. Yeah, for now I think it's fine. Heading is still showing fail. IRS is still aligning. So that's fine. Controls, some tests in progress. That's all fine. APU bleed is actually open right now, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, good. We're going to assume that our high-profile clients, VIP passengers, have already loaded in here. So I'm just going to go ahead, shut ourselves off. But before I do, I also forgot to get rid of the ground objects. Oh my god, missing so many things today. Let's get rid of all of that. Make sure our parking brake is on. Yes, it is. Okay, so we'll get rid of the air stairs from outside. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, air stairs are still going on. There we go. Close that door up. Perfect. Perfect. Got all of that closed. Looking good. Let's go back up here. APU is on, so we no longer need our yeah, everything is looking good, so we no longer need our GPU. That's fantastic. Great. Just test this for the sake of it. It works. We know it does. Yeah, they all work. Okay, great. Okay, cool. That's fine. That is fine. Looking good. Looking good. Nothing left except to pre-plan our pushback and get ourselves started up here with the engine. So let's go ahead and do that. Pre-plan pushback. Better pushback. Pre-plan the pushback. Let's come here. There we go.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
I am ready. Let's go.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Perfect. Tow is driving up. Anything else to do here that we need to? We can put the red beacon on in advance if we like. We'll do that in a bit as soon as the tow connects to the aircraft. Brilliant. Let's take a quick look here. Out this side of the window. This side of the aircraft, sorry. Should probably be a little down there. Yeah, that's better. Let's go to the other side there. That looks good. This looks meh average. And okay, got connection there.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay. Running a little late today with our startup and stuff. I mucked about a little too much, but anyway. Come on. Are you not going to raise the nose? Oh, it's not going to raise the nose today. Oh, there it is. Since it's raising the nose, we can go ahead. Prepare ourselves.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Release parking brake.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
May start engines. There we go. We are ready for starting up our engines, ladies and gentlemen. RTO on the brakes right there. Pitch trim. Okay, let's just go ahead and run the engines now. There we go. Let's come here to... Okay, we'll leave that exactly the way it is. That's fine. Okay. Brilliant. Engine starting up. I need to change the cruising altitude, I forgot. Gotta do that. Because this is a much longer flight. I need to give it a much higher cruising altitude in all honesty. So let me check that out. Cruising altitude 24,000 is recommended. Let's do 20. Let's do 20 as our cruising altitude. Okay. Hold on.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Engine on this side starting up. We really need to go ahead and change that cruising altitude. Let's go 20,000. Oh wait, climb. Wait. Before I do this, let me just Beautiful. Very, very nice.
So it's disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay. Just checking the availability of reverses. Yep, available. Gonna turn on our taxi lights here. Okay. We should get our signal right here. Signal is gotten. See ya. Let's go back to the FMC here and do some changes because we need to. First of all, let me drop the flaps as well. Flaps dropping. Before we start rolling here, I need to change. I need to change. Let's go here. Take where is the cruising altitude? For some reason I can't change this. I cannot change this. Yeah, I don't know how to change it. Come on. Oh yeah, from here you can load the stuff if you wanted to. Come on. Come on, where do I put in the cruising altitude? How do I change that? I have no idea. Anyway, I have no idea how to do that. Let me just do that right here. Local pressure at the moment is 29.96 is what it's saying. Oh, sorry. 29.96. FD on. Nav on. VNav on. Our altitude is supposed to go towards 20,000. Let's do 24,000. Let's see how that goes. Let us see how that goes. Yep, let's do 24,000. Not 24, let's do 20. Let's do 20 right here. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, I have no idea how to change that in any way. I have no idea how to change that. For some reason, I can't change it. I'm gonna try a bit more to try and look for it. Come on. I have no idea where it is. Okay, let's set our pitch trim to 1.5 up. So I gotta do that. Let's put that to 1.5. That's set. Come on, climb to not top of climb. Why can't I put 20,000? I can't change it. Cruise, I can't change it. Unfortunately, I can't change it. Made a mistake. Okay, anyway. Let's go back up here. APU to off. Everything else is looking good. And let's go ahead and release the parking brakes here. Get our aircraft rolling. There we go, just like that. Reduce the range on that to 2 nautical miles, which is what I like to use for takeoff. Yeah, that's fine. TCAS is on standby. Everything else is looking fine, I guess. I'm not so sure now.
Takeoff, okay.
Okay, takeoff is all good. All right. Okay. gonna turn to our right. We're gonna line up with the runway. I don't know, something is wrong here. Something is not right. Fuel quantity is fine. Is it fine though? Something isn't right. Today's setup procedure hasn't been so smooth because I completely forgot to do things in the right order, but something is not right. Yeah, something ain't right here. If I come up here, everything seems to be okay. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with any of this. I don't know. Did I set the fuel quantity correctly? 7,700. Yeah, that's right. 7,000, that is correct. Yes. Yeah, we're good. Okay, hopefully we'll be able to sort this out as we take off here. I'm not so sure. Auto throttle. Don't press that just yet. Okay, coming up on the runway here. Okay, let me just pump the brakes a little bit. We're going to continue rolling onto the runway though. I just want to press TCAS right here, TARA, that is fine. Gonna go landing lights on here. Strobe lights on, everything else can remain off. Yeah, we're ready for takeoff, pretty much. Give it a bit of positive there. Before taking off, I need to press this button right here. Okay. Ready to go. Perfect. Take off, ladies and gentlemen. Rotating. Gear up. Autopilot, nav engaged, VNav engaged. There we go. Oh, the scenery did not load properly there. Flaps are going up as we turn off out of Nassau in the Bahamas. It doesn't look too bad, it's just that everything's pixelated. I forgot to double load it. That's something I have to do if I need yeah, that's something I have to do here. Alright, I think we're looking good though. We're looking alright. 3,400 feet, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, it's because I should have loaded the scenery once and then quit, come back. That's when the scenery loads in properly. And I did not do that. My apologies. So certain areas haven't loaded up properly. But everything is looking fine. It's not too terrible. And the aircraft looks absolutely gorgeous. That looks great. Okay, taxi lights can come off. What else do we got? We did not do a flight control check, did we? Well. Okay. Top climb coming up apparently. And that's for 8,000 feet it is. Okay, that top climb is inaccurate. We are going for 20,000, so I don't know how to change that unfortunately. No, this is the wrong altitude, man. Go towards 20,000. How can I get it to go to 20,000? I'm just gonna do a flight level change. There we go. Let's do a flight level change to up to 20,000. How do I change this? How do you change it? I have no idea how to change it. See, you can't change this. And that is something that is... Nope. No idea how to do it. There we go. I think this is how I change it, right? Yeah, there we go. Now I got it. Wait, that was it? That's all I had to do? It was right here. That's all I had to do. Oh, goodness me. Forgive me, guys. I'm still very new to this aircraft there. I'm going to go VNAV on, please. There we go. That's much better. That is much better. Let me increase the range on that. That is much better. It's exactly what I needed. Going towards top of climb right there. Brilliant. Perfect. That is exactly what I needed. And look at how beautiful that looks. Let's go to some cinematic view right there. That's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. You can only see this in X-Plane. I hate that you can't see this in MSFS. When it rains in MSFS, you can't see the rain, and that pisses me off. It is so irritating that you can't see the rain in MSFS. Look at how beautiful that is, man. Ain't nothing like it. Look at that. That is gorgeous. We're flying over the ocean. Look at the wing flex on that. Damn. We are shaking all over the place. X-Plane is something. It really is something. We've got some heavy rain now. Look at the condensation on that. Are we able to view the condensation? Yes, we are. We can barely see it, but it looks so cool. Got some serious rain, huh? Ooh, bumpy ride. Love it. Let's have a look. Can't even see it in flyby mode. Oh, lordy. We cannot even see it. We're going through some incredibly interesting weather here. God damn. What? We can't see it. That's crazy. That is crazy. There we go, coming up on top of climb at 20,000 feet right there. Where's our top of descent? Let me have a look at where our top of descent is. It's all the way there. Got about 80 nautical miles to our top of descent. We got some distance to go. I'm gonna go back down to 40. Looking good here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me pop that up for a second. Come here. Let's go to the progress. Why doesn't this have any backlight? It's supposed to, right? Or no? That's a range thing. What is this control? Doesn't do anything at the moment. Okay. Let's go towards the progress page here. That's fine. Progress. Where's top of descent? Okay. Okay. We need to go to our radio here and check out our nav1, our ILS stuff. ILS frequency is actually wrong right at the moment. It's supposed to be 110.9 here for ILS. But not a problem. We'll worry about this later on. So for now, let's just continue. Everything looking decent. Herom to Nico to Platoon to whatever it is supposed to be. Descend starts at somewhere near Vs. Our final altitude is gonna be we can put 1500 as our final altitude. That is the midway point of the ILS, so we can use 1500 as we descend. That's fine. I'm gonna put that down. Oh, we're making a little turn there. Let's have a look. Looking beautiful. This is looking absolutely gorgeous. That is crazy. Look at that cloud formation. A little bit of an error there. 12.3 fixes all of this stuff, I believe. But I'm still on X-Plane 12.2 here. I haven't yet downloaded 12.3. I'm waiting for the official release, quite frankly, but the clouds are... That is some crazy clouds right there, man. There is no denying that. That is some crazy, crazy cloud. Look at that. Goodness me. That's fun. So I'll just take a quick screenshot of that. There you go. That is fun. Okay, we can finally take a look at some cinematic views here. Beautiful. Look at this. This could be from a movie. It's crazy good. I have so much to learn about these E-jets. Man, X-Plane is fun. Oh, we're into the clouds now. Ooh, look at that. We're into the clouds. We can't see anymore. There we go. We got turbulence. We got turbulence in the house, and XP Realistic does such a good job. I love XP Realistic. Ooh, it's better than FS Realistic too. Man, this is a fun flight. All right. I've got a follower. Who is following? Lambert. Thank you for the follow, man. I hope I didn't butcher your name, but Lambert, thank you very much for the follow. I don't use Discord, mate. I don't use Discord. Unfortunately not. Try to use it a couple of times. Don't know why, I just can't get the hang of it, man. I should probably give it a shot again, but at the moment I have no Discord. But thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Why are the lights so dim on this one? That is something I've always wondered. Why is the light so dim? Could be a bit brighter. At night it's fine, but... And I don't mean the overall cockpit darkness that we have in X-Plane. Just mean in general. Ah, there we go. We got some... We have some light. Oh, good lord. That is good. Beautiful. Ooh, look at that. Gotta take a screenshot, guys. Gotta take a screenshot of that. Look at that. That is just absolutely brilliant. Goodness me, there's some good looking stuff. Top of descent is not far away at all, so do remember that. Top of descent is not far away at all. Nassau in the Bahamas. We're out of the turbulence now. More or less steady flying now. Screenshot moment right there. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, we've got a carrier here. Alright, top of descent is less than 40 oh my god. I combined 40 and nautical miles and made it nautical. Yeah, so top of descent is less than 40 nautical miles away. So this turning effect is a little too strong, isn't it? I can tone that down. I can tone that down. Let's put it back down to 30. There we go. Okay. Top of descent coming up, and the altitude that we decided we're going to go down to is 1500 if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it is 1500 is what we decided we're going to go down towards. Since we have still a little bit to go here though. We still got a little bit to go here. Yeah, we've still got a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, we're all right. Still got more than 20 nautical miles, so we can do that in a bit. Everything else looking great. Could be traveling much faster too. That's something I noticed. We could be traveling much faster. Nonetheless, that's not too terrible. It's not too terrible at all. That is beautiful. On either side. Okay, gonna come back in here, set our altitude down to 1500. I can't do that. Video change. Okay, I can only set it down to 2000 for the time being. So I'm gonna do that. Top of descent coming up. We forgot to turn off our passenger signs. That's okay. It's not a big deal. What else? Yeah, we're good. Come on, top of descent. Okay, that's top of descent for us. Now the top of descent is coming up, we also need to set up our radio here to the correct frequency. We'll do that in just a bit as soon as top of descent begins. I'm going to go ahead and configure that as well. There we go, we got that diamond creeping up on us. Let's increase the range on that. Sorry, decrease the range on that. TOD. And we've begun descending. Brilliant. Since we've begun descending here, let's go ahead and put the auto brake to low. We don't really need more than that. We've got plenty of runway available to us. We're landing into Miami. And for our frequency, 110.90 is what we need. That's what we need. That is what we need. 10.90. Okay, so hopefully that works for us. it doesn't, oh well. Good. Passing through 18,000 feet, we should have put our transition altitude again. That's something I forgot. My bad. The local area right now, 29.97. So let me go ahead and put that up there. As for this, we're gonna go radio 200 as our minimum. There we go. That looks good. Okay. You are localizer 1 is what we need. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Just gonna leave it. Oh, what did I just do? What did I just do? Whoops. Whoops.
Autopilot.
Okay, I've brought it back under control. My bad, guys. I started pressing some buttons I really shouldn't have. But anyway, we're back here. All right. Good. We are descending a little too rapidly. Let me just deploy the speed brakes to help correct my error there. There we go. Coming down to half speed. Brilliant. Brilliant. Let's take a look at the spoiler, shall we? Okay, it's a very, very smooth operation there. Got plenty of condensation. Just picking out a view for us for dropping the gear, that's all, in case you're wondering what I'm doing. Just trying to pick a view for us to check out the landing from. Excuse me. I think I'll use this. Okay, getting back into our cockpit here. Speed is at 250 as we... Yeah, coming down to 250 already. We can see the coastline, I believe. Yeah, we can... Yeah, there it is. Welcome to the USA. Let's hope I don't stuff this landing up. My last landing with this aircraft was not good. Can reduce the range on that further. There we go. Approach is here. Where's the localizer button? Is there a localizer only? I don't see it. I don't exactly know how to operate this aircraft. Okay, anything else that we're missing here? No. Arrival, landing, okay. That's fine. I think I'm going to stick with the data that we've already calculated at takeoff. I don't see much in the way of change in weather. No, there isn't. There really isn't much in the way of the weather change. Let's have a look. Landing performance. Yeah, that is... It's pretty much the same if you ask me, but we could update the weather just a little bit. 30/7, we could put that in. Temperature 27. That is pretty much the same as well. Put it like this in compute. Some minor differences perhaps. No difference actually, so we don't need to worry about it. We don't need to worry about it. 10 nautical miles. There we go. Look at that. We should be able to see the airport somewhere off to that side. I think the airport is somewhere there. US of A. Oh, this thing is still up. That's Miami right there. Okay, so the airport should be somewhere right here. Yeah, the airport should be there. Can't really see it at the moment, but I'm assuming it's somewhere there. Yep, it sounds about right. Okay, got an altitude restriction. Let's reduce the range just a little bit more. The airport is really close by and we need to activate our approach stuff. Why isn't it doing that? There we go. Activate it please immediately. Let's go ahead and drop those flaps as soon as it will let me. I'm gonna go ahead and put our speed brakes out here. I'm gonna go ahead and get that up and running as well. Is it already on? All of that is on. No. Nose lights, taxi lights, inspection logo. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Slowing down, and we need to put our flaps down as well. Flaps 1. There we go. Let's reduce that speed further. There is Miami right there, ladies and gentlemen. Miami International, off to our right. Off to our right. Okay. That is brilliant. We're looking good. Oh, how gorgeous is that? Gotta take another screenshot of that. That is gorgeous. I don't know how to explain this. I think it's because of the lens distortion and stuff like that that they do with MSFS. In X-Plane, it feels more open. In MSFS, it feels... I don't know. The Earth feels claustrophobic in MSFS. I know that doesn't really make much sense, but that's exactly what it's the best way I can describe it. In X-Plane, it feels like there's a lot of space because it's more flat. And I believe it's because of the lens camera thing that MSFS does. Like, you know, they've got all that stuff like lens flare and lens correction, all that stuff. I think it's to do with that. Let me see if I can move some settings in MSFS to make it feel more like X-Plane, because this feels like open and there's so much space, it looks flatter. I don't know how to explain that, but anyway, I don't know which one's more accurate either, to be honest with you, but I feel like X-Plane feels better in terms of the experience there. Let's drop our flaps before things get too hard for us. I'll drop that flap down to position number 4. I gotta bring that down. Yeah, come on. Slow down, mate. You really gotta slow down here. Okay, we got an altitude restriction right there. We are looking good. We gotta drop that gear very soon, don't we? Yes, we do. Okay, that's what we're gonna do next, basically. As soon as we make that turn, I'm gonna drop the gear. That is gorgeous. Okay, I've got an issue here. Towards the end, it doesn't work. Yeah, this gets stuck. I don't know why it does that. Okay. Gonna drop that gear as we turn, and that will slow us down a lot. Which is exactly what I want. Okay, I'm gonna reduce that to 2 nautical miles now. Yep. Not far to go now. Our destination is about 11 nautical miles away. No need to run sky dolly. We are on X-plane 12. Okay, let's see how this goes. I'm gonna turn on my approach mode right about now. Yeah, there we go. Localizer glide slope is on. Dropping flap. Nope. Dropping gear first. There we go. Let's drop that flap to the final position. Wait, am I doing flaps full? No, I'm doing flaps 5 today. That is the one for landing today. Localizer caught. Still waiting on glide slope though. Come on, glide slope. I need ya. Okay, 1500. I'll put that altitude down to 1000 now. Still waiting on glide slope. I have visual of the runway though, so if it doesn't catch, I'm just gonna go in and manually do it. Come on, glide slope. Why is the speed so low? I don't want it to be this low. I want it to be... Yeah, it's a bit too low for my liking. Still waiting on that glide slope. It's supposed to catch at 1500 here. I don't see it being caught at the moment. Glide slope caught. Brilliant. We're ready for landing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go ahead and turn on these lights in advance. So yeah, we're ready to go. Let's take one final look at either side. Beautiful. That is looking good as we come into Miami, huh? X-plane 12 is looking great as we come into Miami. Obviously it needs a bit more work. The buildings are a bit too grey. I'm sure there's an easy fix to change the color of the buildings a little bit. They're just a bit too grey. There's just too much grey on the buildings, you know, that's all. If we can fix that, then we got ourselves much better. Okay. All right. I have spoken enough now. It's time to take control from the autopilot.
Autopilot.
Autopilot disconnected. My aircraft.
1,000.
1000. This control is very sensitive. Anyway,
500. Approaching minimums.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide
Minimums.
slow.
Minimum
Glide
100.
slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
$100.
Glide slow. Glide slow.
50. 40.
Throttle. Throttle.
30. 20. 10.
Okay. Right, that is not the worst in the world, but that is not the best either. My controls are very sensitive, but that's okay. Not too worried at the moment. All right. Perfect. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Miami International. And we're just gonna go all the way to the end here, pretty much. Yeah, we're gonna go all the way to the end. We're gonna we can take the next turn. We can take the next turn. So let's do that, and then we'll find ourselves a little parking. Okay, let's put that up. Let the flaps go up as well. Give it a bit of brake. Okay. Did I put the parking brake on? Okay, I hope not. Fantastic. Let's turn that off. Let's turn the strobe lights off. I'm gonna turn the APU on. We've got a runway here. We're gonna cross it. APU on. There we go. Perfect. Runway coming up. Just gonna. Yeah, we're alright. Obviously, there's no traffic injection. But as a matter of exercise, I'm just gonna look on the other side and make sure that we're clear, which we are. Anyway. Great. That's looking fine. There we go. Let's go find ourselves a little parking. Now, I know we're not supposed to be anywhere here, given that we are... You know what? We can turn off this way. We can actually turn off this way. Okay, this is a cargo ramp. We shouldn't be here. I don't know which way to go now. Oh, the parkings are all the way on the other side. You know what? Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna park ourselves somewhere in here. Yeah, I'm just gonna park ourselves somewhere in here. Oh, we could also take somewhere there. That's also fine. Yeah, you know what? Let me take the remote parking up here. That makes more sense for us. Okay, great. Fantastic. That was not the worst in the world, but not the smoothest landing in the world. That's fine. Yeah, I know. I know that the bleed on the APU is open. That's okay. If you wanted me to shut that off for the time being, I can shut that off. There you go. We can take a little parking somewhere here. Yeah, we'll take one of those ramp parkings right away. Where are they? There's supposed to be a bunch of parkings here. I don't see any. Don't see any. Okay, I'll just take... This one's a parking, right? What? This is not a parking? Oh, for the love of God, that's not a parking. What? Is that even possible? I don't know. At this point, I have no idea where I'm trying to go. Yeah, I have no idea where I'm trying to go at this point. They seem like parkings to me. You know what? I'm just gonna... Let's just turn in here. Let's just turn in here. I know that's what we're supposed to do, but I'm just gonna turn in here and park our aircraft. Yeah, let me just do that. Let me just do that. We'll just get away with it. Okay, and then I'm gonna shut down the aircraft too. Then we'll try the landing replay, see if it works after the aircraft shuts down. Okay, let's check if that works. Just gonna park it here. Okay. There we go. It's decent enough for me. That is great. Got APU running, so we can shut down our engines. So let's do that. All right. Airstairs. Just waiting for the passenger thing to open up. Okay, we can turn that off. We can turn what else? Let me just make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be. Yes, it is. Pretty much. We can, oh, sorry. We can close that up. That should be on standby now. APU bleed is supposed to be on at the moment, by the way. Let's open up that. There we go. Airstairs is coming down. Brilliant. Perfect. All right. Passengers deboarded, assuming, right? So let's go ahead and request a GPU for the time being. We're gonna switch to that. Okay, I'll wait for the GPU. Where's the GPU? There it is. Okay, so it's in. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe if I shut down the APU, right? All of that is off. Strobe is off. Red beacon is off. That is off. All of that is off. That can come off. That can come off. That can go off. Okay, APU has been turned off. APU shutting down. Emergency lights not armed. That's fine. Okay, hopefully it will switch to that. Then we can try the landing replay, huh? Is there anything else supposed to be? Battery 2 off. Electric pump is already off. That's fine. Yeah, we don't need to put this on off, by the way, but you know. Why won't this switch? There we go. It's because the APU is still running, basically. It's shutting down, but it's going to take a while. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was really, really cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at the landing replay before we call it, though. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the landing replay. There we go. Let's now go ahead, take a look at the landing replay. All right. Okay, cool. All right. Alt R. Landing replay is in session. Let's go check it out. Let's go check out the landing replay. Is this gonna work? Okay, yes. Thank God. Okay, now we can actually ask it to move a bit as well. There we go. Everything is looking good. Just rewind it. Give the engine some time to spool back up. There we go. So looking good. The taxi was pretty long. There we go. Look at our landing replay from somewhere here. Yeah, that should be our first landing replay right about there. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. Let's check out the landing replays before I call it. Let's have a look. That was almost a tail strike. I really need to learn how to land this aircraft because that is not the way. It was an okay landing. It was nothing great, but yeah, that was an okay landing at best, though. Not exactly the best in the world. Let's try that again. Is that a tail strike? No, it wasn't, but it felt like it. Let's play that. See how that went. Okay. The touchdown was better than the last one, but it is clearly off the center line there. Yeah, not too terrible, but nothing too great either. Just a regional carrier landing, kind of. Anyway, so let's take a look at it from another point of view. Let's do it from here. Forgot to put some rudder input before landing. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at that again. Let's take a look at that again, but this time we're gonna go into the cockpit view right here. And then we'll try the cabin view as well. Look at the level of detail on the roads there. That's really cool, man. That is really cool. X-Plane 12 really needs to improve on the buildings. That's what it needs. It needs to really improve on the buildings. Buildings are terrible. Look at these buildings. They're terrible. But apart from that, we're looking good.
50, 40,
Throttle. Throttle.
30, 20, 10.
Okay. You know, it's only when you fly X-plane that you realize in MSFS, the aircrafts, they feel like they're flying through gel, not air. Yeah, when you compare MSFS and X-plane, the aircrafts in MSFS, they feel like they're flying through gel. They're far more stable. They just feel like they're flying through gel. So yeah, I really enjoy X-plane because of that. They are not the same. Beautiful. All right. Let's go ahead and check out the last landing replay from the other view, from the other side of the cabin. And that will be it for today's live stream. As soon as we check that out, we're going to call it here. Alrighty. Alright, with that, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. Thank you so much for chiming in. Thank you so much for the follow, mate. Lambert, thank you so much for the follow over and kick. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. Please leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel. Feel free to let me know about your suggestions and any feedback. So yeah, thank you so much once again. I hope I see you guys in the next one. All right, bye-bye.